risk, but sometimes you're finding yourself in those situations, just you're not creating risk, you're trying to stay out of the risk, and nice job there.
157 pounds, the best in the business in the black and gold on display, ranked number 1 in the country, undefeated Derek St. John. Tough task here for the redshirt freshman Matt Nora, stepping in here for the Illini, and St. John quickly in on that head inside single.
Yeah, nice job on that single. Just beautiful job of just sweeping around.
And St. John, national runner-up a year ago, all the way to the stage in St. Louis before Kyle Dake got him for NCAA title number 3. But St. John, as Dake, of course, moving up to 65. It's St. John's weight class to lose right now, undefeated, ranked number 1 at 157 pounds.
Well, we documented the St. John's career last year. He was hurt in the back half of the season and found himself, competing. Just a tough guy. You got a guy here in your team that just got to respect here. Battled his way back into it, And I saw him last year at the quarterfinals, down 6-2 in the Big Ten tournament. Ends up taking that match to overtime against Green from Nebraska, and takes that win all the way to a Big Ten championship finish and NCAA runner-up finish. So
he's he was the cardiac kid last year. What do you have, like three overtimes in the Big Ten and NCAAs?
Yeah, he's defined how he was going to win matches when he was injured, and now that he's not injured, boy, he's a different wrestler, much more confident. He's healthy out there, and a lot of things are going well for Derek St. John. And you can take a look at all the undefeated wrestlers that Iowa has. You can sit there and you can make the case that Derek's got the best chance to go ahead and win a national title just the way he's going here. We'd never count out Matt McDonough or Tony Ramos for that matter here with how explosive they've been, but he's really been solid there. Derek St. John has really taken into almost a leadership role on this team.
St. John, a product of Iowa.
That in and out type movement right there, Joe, was just like he's going to one side or the other. See, he work with a single leg right there to the right. Now he'll come back and attack that lead leg of Nora.
I'll have to say, one of several Iowa City West graduates that seems to every year find their way into this Hawkeye lineup, the factory that is Iowa City West, producing future Hawkeye wrestlers, and St. John, the latest and greatest of that bunch.
Yeah, Mark Ryland, former NCAA champion at the University of Iowa, does a great job of that program. Nice little job there at the edge of the mat.
Easy.
Does a great job with that Iowa City West program. And, this is a match right here where, of course, Jim Heffernan knows you're going up against the number 1 ranked guy. And Nora, just a sophomore, from Illinois. And he's tough act, tough duty right now.
Tom Brand's making sure that they know what the right score is. He had it right. It's 4-2. So Coach Brands doesn't miss much. Matt Nora from Lyons Township High School in LaGrange, Illinois. I like this statistic there. You see, what a very casual and relaxed Coach Tom Brands tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't turned a page, but inside he might be thinking a little bit differently what he's showing right now. But it's tough. I mean, this team's been through a lot of tight dual meets.
You look at Oklahoma State, Minnesota, and Penn State almost in successive weekends. I mean, that is going after it.
Good, set, top man, head in the center.
You're feeling awful comfortable with your number 1 ranked wrestler and returning finalist out there right now. But
easy, guys.
Right into our cameras. Both guys pop up. You'd like to see that.
Matt Nora, I like this statistic, Jim. He's got the Lyons Township single-season takedown record, 223. About half of what you did your senior year in high school, right?
It's easy to say.
No, that was an unsportsmanlike conduct. That's why we got the 1 point. So that's why Coach Brands was wondering about the score. It was right, 4-2 after the unsportsmanlike. So,
well, the thing you got to be careful sometimes when you're in a dominant role, right, is that you got to be sportsmanlike. You have to, there's no reason to go ahead and do that. You got 2 guys maybe evenly matched. The referee put up with that a little bit. When you're in a dominant role right there, you got to be careful. And of course, I know we're heading into regional and district and state tournaments. There's so many times these higher ranked guys will pick up somebody and take them back down, and you got to be careful about the slams and things like that, because you could lose your whole season based on that. If you're a dominant guy out there, You don't want to lose it just because you do something silly that.
Knock it off.
Oh, great
Knock it
point.
off.
Yeah, see the official, you can hear Pat Fitzgerald say, knock it off.
Yeah, I think
things getting chippy.
Yeah, St. John brings a lot of that on because what he does, his major setup right now is he likes to work the head by stuffing the head with his heel of his palm on the forehead, and when he stops doing that, he kind of fakes it and then he drops back in on a shot. So it's part of his offense. It's what he does. Nice job of finishing the single. Remember last year at the national finals, he took a lot of flack for wrestling Kyle Dake and trying to create that distance right there. So a lot of shots to the head, but it's really what he does to be able to set up his shot.
Terry Brands with a few words to his 157-pounder as well. St. John already a two-time All-American, fourth as a freshman. Of course, we talked about the runner-up finish to Dake a year ago.
Yeah, there's a tit for tat right there. Yep. So it's all even on the illegal slapping moves.
So we're even, exactly. And we go to the judges' scorecard, I guess, on that one. 1-1 on slaps is
nice
7-4.
job. Boy, he does this as well as anybody in the country, where he'll fake like he's going to push, and then he'll drop down low, and with that excellent reach and range that he has right now, jumps right back into a shot. So let's watch his motion right now where he gets in the shot. Good look at Tom Brands. Nice job. Nice, beautiful shot right there. Again, he faked like he was going up to the tie and then dropped back in on the shot.
42 seconds remaining in period number 2. Derek St. John in control, the #1 ranked undefeated wrestler in the nation at 157 pounds. Looking for more bonus points. Tom Brand says when they asked, Porter asked him if beating Penn State means you're the favorite. He says, well, if we have 10 guys that score bonus points, come March we'll be the favorite. St. John's a big candidate for that.
Yeah, look where he's looking. He's going to be trying to attack this ankle right there. He'll get to it. Nice job. And I watch St. John's wrestle. I watch his hands. You know, his hands will lead you obviously where he wants to go, but he pushes sometimes with them, and then he'll pull back with them a little bit, and sometimes he'll fake he's going to push. And you watch his hands, he'll lead you to where he's going. It sounds kind of oversimplistic, but he really has active hands.
Neutral.
We'll go neutral, 13-6 to start this third period. Yeah, what a difference a year makes. You talk about the injury. St. John, when he won that Big Ten championship last year ago, he did it as a 6th seed, and certainly would figure he will go in as the #1 seed in this year's Big Ten tournament, but really came out of nowhere last year, kind of forgotten about as that 6th seed, and knocked off all the big boys and road to that conference championship.
Yeah, look at that job he's doing with how active his hands are. He does not want to have anybody tie up on his head. And you see, we get into some of the later matches here, Joe, you're going to see guys that get their heads tied up. They'll be ear to ear. St. John doesn't wrestle like that, and that's why he creates as many scoring opportunities as he's had in this match. And I know he's dominant right now, but he does it against everybody. Here he's getting in on those legs, and you know, but watch, he doesn't allow his head to get tied up, and he's a great scrambler in these positions. And hips are down, chest is up, all the weight's on the opponent. And I guess, you know, he's in a dominant role right now, but sometimes when you're in a dominant role, you can see where really how their wrestling is developing. And he's taking it to another level this year.
And then Nora, just a redshirt freshman. He only had 3 matches as a redshirt a year ago, so this is really getting a taste of what Division I Big Ten wrestling is all about this season. It's he's stepped right in and been the full-time man all year long, 157, finding out what it's like to wrestle #1 here tonight.
Yeah, they're trying to get a little few back points here, so you can go ahead and now he's got that. Oh wow, this could be danger here for Nora.
Well, St. John already has the major well in hand. The only other hurdle would be a technical fall or a pin.
that trapped arm step over right there. The referee's going to call it. You got that trapped ankle step over.
We'll get a potentially dangerous with 5 seconds left, so it appears it's going to be a 20-8 Derek St. John victory when they'll tack on the riding point after these final 5 seconds tick away. And Iowa will give itself a little more breathing room as we head into halftime.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
You got to feel better if you're Coach Heffron. You've already had nearly matched your entire output against Ohio State and Penn State all weekend last week, scoring just 9 combined points against the Buckeyes and Nittany Lions in dual meets a week ago. That'll do it. Derek St. John, dominant performance, 9 takedowns in the match. He wins it convincingly, 20-8, Jim Gibbons, on a major decision, and the Hawkeyes head into the intermission with a little bit more breathing room after the #1 ranked wrestler gets it at 157.